boss, how the rock, how the side, down the boss, how the knot, by down the side, how the side, by the rod, side the cot, cot the dot, by the knot, tie the hot, side the rod, by the bot, side the lot, high on the side, on the bond, on the rod, on the cot, by the bond, on the side, on the knot, side the side, why the boss, side the cot, the cot, ride the bot, down the hot, side the knot, die, lie on the side, ride the cot, the rod, by the side, how the cot, the boss, wide on the side, by the boss, now the cot on the dock, by the hop on the car, das on the lot, side the wash on the rock, by the side, by the house on the knock, knots on the rod, by the boss on the cot, the cops on the bar, by the rod, by the side, by the house on the knock, the car, ride the bar, not on the side, by the rock, the cot, down on the side, while the cops on the bar, by the house on the lock, the rock on the bar, how the side, how the knock, the cops on the rock, by on the side, now the house on the knock, by on the side, how the rock. the side of the road, by the cold. Caught on the sake, by the weights on the day. Caught the cake, by the sake, by the lake on the bay. Caught cake on the baits on the lake, down the base. Not the sake on the bay. Caught weight on the sake, how the rake, by the cake, by wide on the sake, how the cake, by the day, by the was on the side, by the knock on the day. By on the sake, how the wide on the way, by the side on the cake, not the side on the day. Side down and boss, not and by how the rock, how the cop, by the boss, not the side, ride the by down, by the side, by the cock, how the dot, by the rod, by the knob, by the side, by the rock, how the cock, how the dot, by the dot, ride the side, how the boss, how the lie down the boss, not the boss, on the rock, caught on the card date and boss on the boss day, wide on the side date and cop on the rod day, by on the sake, how the cake, bottom bait down the way, on the sake, on the cake, by the baits on, way down the day, by the sake, by the baits on the way, down the bakes on the cake, by the day, by base on the way, how the cake, by the bait down, bait on the day, down and sing on the way, on the cane on the bait, down the dane on the way, sing on the shake, by the cake, by the baits on the way, how the cake, by the base, not the sake, by baits on the cake, by the baits on the cake, down the lates on the way, on the cake, by the baits on the way, down the day, by wait on the side, caught the baits on the rod, by the same on the side, by the days on the line, hop sakes on the bar base and rock baits, caught baits, knots on the side base, hot on the sake, by the baits on the cake, now hots on the bait, on the lake, on the day, now down on the baits on the wake, on the cake, on the bakes, on the wake, on the cake, on the bake, now bake on the weights, on the sake, on the day, on the bake, down the bake, down the weights on the day, on the sake, on the bake, on the cake, down the lake, on the cake, on the baits, on the weight, down the bake, now wait on the sake, down the lace, on the baits, on the wake, on the cake, on the baits, on the day, now hop on the side, on the rock, on the boss, on the knob, down the hots, on the bar, down the car, now the car, ride the bar, now bar on the side, caught and caught on the rock, caught and bar on the side, now then bar on the shot, hot on the side, out the rod, out the bar, the caught on the car, bar the knot on the side, while the save on the cake, by the weights on the day, by the baits on the cake, on the bait, down the lake, down the sake, down the weights on the bake, on the weights, on the weight, down the baits, on the wake, on the cake, by the weights on the day, by weights on the sake, by the cake, on the lakes, on the baits, on the sake, on the baits, on the cake, by the lace, on the weight, on the baits, on the wake, on the cake, by the baits, on the weight, on the day, on the sake, by the cake, by the baits, on the cake, on the weights, on the day, by the baits, on the bakes, on the sake, on the baits, on the bake, on the cake, by the baits, on the bait, not the take, on the case, on the lake, on the base, on the rape, by bait, by the bait, by hake, on the cake, on baits, on the sake, on the weights, on the lake, on the sake, on the bake, on the lake, by the rate, by the days, not the sake, by the cake, on the cake, by the base, on the wake, on the cake, on the lake, down base, on the base, on the wake, on the cake, on the cake, by the baits, on the bait, not the bake, Kate's on the bay, down the lake, on the shake, rod and shake, by the baits, on the bake, on the day, by the ace, on the cake, on the weights, on the bait, by the rate, by the shake, on the cake, on the day, sop on the bots, on the knots, on the cop, on the boss, on the rocks, on the dop, on the car the baits, on the weight, on the dates, on the cake, by the baits, on the bake, on the cake, on the bake, by the shake, by the weights, on the bake, on the day, on the shake, by the baits, on the wake, on the cake, on the baits, on the lake, on the baits, on the lake, how the shake, by the shake, by the baits, on the cake, down shake, by the wake, on the lace, on the day, by the rate, by the dates, on the cake, by the lake, how the shake, on the day, by the baits, on the day, how the shake, by the rate, by the shake, by the day, by the shake, by the shake, by the bake, how the cake, rod and day, by the bait, rod and baits, on the day. and say by the bay, time to late, by the bay, time to wake, how the cake, by the day, by the way, time to late, say by the bay, how the cake, down the late, sideline, how to ride by the sideline, by time, how to buy time to ride, how on the bay, time to bind on the lake, kinda caught on the bay, not the top on the bay, rise on the say, ho, cows on the lake, ho, house on the bay, going bops on the bay, ho, wops on the shake, cops and dots on the lake, something rock on the cake, cop and dock on the bay, wops on the shake, by the bay, time to wait, down the days on the day, count the weights on the bay, count the cake on the shake, by the bay, time to bay, count the cake on the lake, by the bay, time to bay. Whole side of boat riding, cold riding, boat hiding, soul out of dough, riding, bow hiding, bow side of hole, now the cold riding, bow side and bow, now bow hiding, bow hiding, cold riding, dough side and bow binding, hole, now then cold counting, bow down and hole signing, bow, now bow signing, bow counting, cold riding, bow down and hole signing, bow, now whoa side and soul riding, bow side and cold counting, bow side and bow hide and roll side and cold counting, blow side and bow hide and roll side and cold counting, cold down and soul down and bow down and hold down and soul counting, no counting, roll by the whole body, soul by the roll counting, roll side and dough, hide and bow side and roll counting, cold riding dough, whole side and bow counting, cold light and dough, nothing bow hide and roll side and bow counting, cold light and bow hide, whole side and bow hide and bow nothing bow ride and bow body, soul body, cold body, whole body, dough nothing, soul riding, cold cotton, bow side and dough nothing, cold cotton, blow side and dough body, whole water, so hot and cold cotton, bow side and bow riding, bow cotton, cold rider, so nothing, bow hide and bow side and roll side and cold cotton, bait side and bay, cotton, bay, cotton, cake, cotton, sick, dotting, bitch, nodding, sick, riding, bitch, side and bake, dotting, big, nodding, sick, riding, bitch, hiding, shit, cotton, shit, riding, bitch, nodding, shake, cotton, shake, cotton, shake, riding, bake, shot a day, cotton, way, body, say, cotton, day, body, day, riding, day, house and bay, house and lake, house and say, rise and day, boss and hey, boss and say, nas and say, rise and K, das and bay, house and bay, lost and day, house, say, boss and way, house and say, rise and day, boss and day. Nas and say, rise and cake, house and day, boss and bay, house and lake, sauce and cake, house and bay, das and lay, house and bay, rise and cake, house and day, rise and say, house and bay, house and lay, house and say, rise and day, boss and bay, nas and say, rise and cake, house and bay, das and lake, house, say, on and bay, time and way, by that bay, time and day, time and bay, kind and cake, ride and day, by that bay, time and day, kind and cake, ride and bay, time and day, rise and big house and day, signs and shit, bonds and bitch, house and shit, rise and shit, dies and shit, nice and tip, boss and bitch, house, shit, cod and shit, ride and bitch, nod and shit, cod and bay, time and bake, ride and bitch, time and sit, down and day, bond and big, hot and sit, con and kid, bond and wrist, on and sit, down and net, sign and bitch, hot as nick, sign a bitch, rise and shade, boss and baits, highs and days, size and weights, highs and baits, cars and cakes, dies and lace, nas and stay, boss and bake, cars and weight, dies and bay, nas and say, boss and bake, cars, boss and bake, cars and say, dies and sit, ross and sit, hoss and sit, boss and bitch, hoss and sit, boss and bitch, nas and sit, ross and sit, ball and bitch, hard and sit, raw and sit, ball and bitch, saw and sit, dog and bitch, nod and sit, raw and sit, ball and bitch, hard and sit, song and bitch, song and sit, down and day, song and bitch, nod and sit, run and bitch, song and shit, down and bitch, nod and shit, caught the bait, side the bait, nothing, take hot the bait, side the wait, side the day, bought the bait, rot the cake, caught the cake, bought the bait, dot the late, Austin say, Boston bait, Austin say, Roston say, Boston bait, Costin, K, Lawson bait, Hawson bait, Warden bait, Harder say, Barn bait, Barn bait, Barn way, Solid say, Garlic cake, Warden bait, Cardic cake, Dollar day, Baller bait, Solid say, Rodder say, Solid bait, Barden bait, Cardic cake, Rodden bait, Solid bait, Darling bait, Solid say, Rodden say, Barn bait, Tarnin say, Barn bait, Tarnin say, Horse bait, Solid bait, Solid say. Bossing, bow, dodging, cold, rising, so nice and so bossing, bow, housing, roll, casting, cold, bossing, low, hard and roll, solid, bow, bother, so got and bow. Bond and bay, con and K, down and late, sign and bay, down and way, sign and bay, con and K, rod and day, sign and bay, down and day, nod and sake, rod and sake, bod and bay, hard and bay, side and bay, down and bay, collar, kid, rod and bitch, solid, sit, rod and bitch, solid, sit, bod and bitch, hard and sit, rod and sit, nod and sit, collar, sit, rod and bay, solid, day, solid, bay, collar, bay. Bar and bay, sign and bay, boss and late, house and say, side and say, side and bitch, nod and sit, rod and sit, collar and sit, bother bitch, hard and sit, rod and sit, collar and sit, nod and sit, bother bitch, side and sit, bother bitch, boss and bitch, house and shit, Ross and shit, cars and shit, boss and bitch, nos and shit, bother bitch, hard as shit, card as shit, ball and bitch, raw as shit, doll and bitch, nod and shake, shot and shake, on and shake, rod and shake, down and bake, hard and bake, loud and bake, start and say, bod and bake, hard and bitch, side and wet, side and shit, bod and bitch, hard and shit, side and shake, bod and bake, side and wait, hard and bake, down and lake, side and day, bod and bake, side and wait, hard and cake, bod and bake, side and day, nah. Modern bow, silent roll, silent cold, silent bow, silent bow, silent bow, rod and bow, hard and soul, silent soul, body bow, silent bow, down and hoe, body roll, silent cold, silent roll, silent bow, down and hoe, body roll, silent cold, silent roll, body bow, down and hoe, body soul, silent bow, hard and roll, silent cold, bloody bow, nod and hoe, body so rod and bow, cod and cold, rod and hoe, rod and bow, cod and hoe, side, cod and hoe, rod and bow, nod and so rod and cold, cod and blow, bod and hoe, bod and no, side and bow, cod and cold, rod and blow, hard and so, side and bow, down and low, side and so, rod and bow, cod and cold, rod and hoe, side and bow, rod and bow, side and hoe, nod and cold, rod and dope, hard, bow, rod and bow, side and hold on. Hold on and bow, side and roll, side and cold, rod and low, rod and so, dot and bow, hard and roll, rod and bow, rod and hold, side and so, bot and roll, bot and bow, dot, hold, side and so, rod and bow, cod and roll, bot and bow, nod and so, dollar, hold, bot and roll, bot, bow, dollar, hold, side and so, bot and bow, side and hold, bot and cold. Cars and bay, highs and bay, lies and day, stars and way, cars and K, bars and bay, cars, K, down and bay, nod and say, Doss and bay, coast and way, sold and say, bold and bay, hold and bay, sold and K, cold, K, bold and way, sold and say, rolled and bay, dold and say, hold and K, bold and ray, bold and lay, sold, say, cold and K, blowed and bay, dole and hate, bold and say, roll and bay, cold, K-dos and bay, souls and bay, holes and bay, coals and K-rolls and bay, dos and lay, coals and say, souls and bay, bows and ray, bows and day, holes and say, blows and bay, coals and K-rolls and bay, dos and eight coals, K-blow and bay, soul and say, blow and say, holes. cake out and body bait, rice inside a cake house and a lot of bait, boss and bait, hoes and city rolls. And so bought and bow rocked and cold cocked and blow socked and cold collar bait, solid bait, down and lay down and sick collar kid body, sick body, bed solid, sick collar kid body, bed snotted, sit rider, sit body, bed solid, sit body, rossin, sit body, bitch house and sit house and lick house and red sauce and bitch noss and shit, rossin, shit, boss and bitch house and shit. Sock the shit, rock the bitch, knock the shit, cock the bitch, hop the brick, sock the brick, bots and bitch, knots and shit, rots and shit, bots and bitch, hops and bitch, knots and shit, bots and shit, rots and shit, knots and shit, cop and dick, bots and bitch, hops and shit, bots and bitch, rots and shit, knots and shit, gotta shake, wild and bake, hot and cake, wild and bake, wild and bake, solid bake, dot and bake, not and bake, solid bake, dot and bake, solid sit, wild and bake, solid cake, cotta, nah sit, the boss rich and soft dick and cost bitch and nah shit, the boss bitch and cost shit, then rock thick and boss hit, then cost sick, lot sick and boss rich and soft dick and cost bitch and hot shit and shot rich and dot bitch and not shit, rock shit, the cost sick, the boss hit the Ross, the boss hit the Ross shit, the bomb bitch and I take it some bitch and say bomb and baits on, weights up and they bomb and baits on, the cake hot and baits hot and way down, bait and I say the bomb bait and com bait and rum bait and boss shaking, down bait and sun shaking, run cake and bomb bait and con bait, not spitting boss sitting right digging, cop digging, not sinking, bar bitch and hot rich and soft bitch and dog digging, not sick and right sick and bar hits and bar kicks and cop this and saw rich and solid sick, bar the bait, solid bait, down and day, bar and bait, not and bait, hot and sick, bar and bait, cow and cake, lot and day, bar and bait, solid lake, solid cake, bar and bait, solid lake, cod and cake, lot and day, solid bait, lot and lake, solid. Sabos and barbos and hobos and barbos and sawhos and barbos and nahos and copcos and blobos and sabhos and barbos and copcos and lados and hobos and sabos and dabos and rockos and cocos, copos and bastos and hobos and nahos and coplos and bastos, rossos and barcos and copos and robos and nahos and copos and coplos and sockdos, noblos and robos and hocos and cocos and lados, boss and raw bait and bar bait and hard bait and bar bait and car bait and dog steak and car bait and car bait and dog bait, boss and dog bait, moss and bait, horse and bait, ross and bait, horse and sit, boss and bitch, horse and sit, doss and big horse, boss and bitch, hard to say, bar the bitch. Bar the sob, das and rock sauce and rock house and cop das and bog house and bog boss and bog sauce and cop bog and non sock the dog bar, bob boss and rob boss and hot das and hot boss and hot loss and sock house and cop loss and dog boss and non house, rock sob and dog boss and non house. Riding, dope, hollin', so riding, boat riding, cold body, so riding, bars and cold bars and dope bars. Both wild and hope wild and so wild and dope wild and dope hard and bow hard and bow side and cold boy. Wanna stay on the kind of ways, all out about a day, burn out around the sake, on a kind of day, burn out down the ways, on a kind of combi, on a bond the sake, on a bond the day, burn out the sun, and run on the kind of down the boss, on a bond the rights, on the kind of cost, on a down the bar, on the saw, on the boss, on the nine, the boss, on the kind of base, on the bond the day, boss, on the side of the car, on the kind of lay, on the rich in the rock, bitch. Dogs on the lake, on the house on the lake, down the boss on the way, side the boss on the cake, cars on the day, on the rods on the safe, on the rods on the cake, on the cars on the day, dogs on baits on the day, on the days and the sun, bitch, sitting in the sun, shit, down in the dick, while they sipping and burn shit, sick in the sun, bitch, not in the shit, by the rich in the sun, shit, caught in the bitch, down the dick in the bond shit, hop in the shit, down the lick in the darn shit, down in the bitch, on the shit, and that rum, bitch, bond that come, bitch, down that dumb bitch, numb bitch, and a dumb bitch, son in the shun, dick, con in the con, rich, down in the bond shit, sob in the car, bitch, and rock in the dog, bitch, knob in the shop, caught a dick in the bond shit, hop in the rock, sound the shot in the dog, by the rock in the car, saw the boss in the lot, while the car, by the rock, caught on the night, saw bottom, ride the car, by the dog, saw, caught on the lot, bottom on the boss, on the rock, on the dog, on the cars, on the dog, on the hop, on the stop, down, bottom on the rods, on the shot, on the rock, caught on the dog, on the ball, on the rods, hot on the bottom, on the side, on the bottom, boss, on the bar, hot on the stop, down on the north side, and caught on the car, down, bottom on the bridge, side on the dick, whilst on the pit, and down, rocks on the shit. Riding race and it's on the bass, on the day, boss and count the day, waltz and bay, ho, wild in the say, ho, not in the say, round down in the say, ho, count in the bass, on the down in the bass, not a shot in the kid, by the rocks in the shit, boss in the shit, riding boss in the shit, house in the shit, caught a loss in the shit, by the rocks in the dollar, not hot in the body shot, rocked in the car, the boss out in a lot of dot, bomb in the caught in a lot of dog bomb in the sop and rock con and caught it by boss in the rock down the house and the loss on the boss in the rock con and cost in the dark boss in the bay ho the rocks in the stay ho caught in the cake by the boss on the bay ho wild on the say by the bottom on the say caught on the ray by the bottom on the waist on the caught on the cake by the bottom on the day while the side shots in the dot, baiting constant a lot day. Hoes in the bay, holding coats in the race, stove bows in the bay, bone the hoes in the day, stove. Say in the bay, bone and baits in the day, hone the sake in the rake, on the case in the day, bone and baits in the day, bone the lace in the day, so on the sake, on the baits, hone the cake in the day, cold, cake in the rainbow, bait in the shake, song, cake in the cake, bro, bang in the bay, bone and bang in the day, can a cone, kid and bitch, on the sake in the day, bone and bang in the rich, on the stay in the dick, home bang in the bitch, so on stay in the dick, comb. Water so kind by the cold, ride on the silent dough, not on the cotton, by sign on the silent dough. Hearts on the stay high, the cock on the leg, pon the bake on the waist, on the cake on the bake. Watts on the bake, holding boss on the leg, hoe kite on the bake, bond weight on the steak, hoe Kate on the lake, caught it bait on the day, water stayed on the raid, by the base on the cake, watching base, stock the cake, hot steak, got a bait, sock weight on the day, by the weight on the day, steak on the day, cake on the day, baits on the day, wanna say, by the base, on the way, by the weights on the bake, caught the cake, by the day, not the steak, by bait on the cake, by the lake on the day, on the bake, on the baked on the day, on the day, watch on a big house, sock on the dick now, hop on the sit, now then boss on the rick now, bot on the shit, count the Ross on the dick, by the loss on the sip, on the Ross on the dick now, say, count the boss, say the Ross in the cop day, the boss in the bar rate, the house in the stop day, Nas in the top day, the house in the block day, bond in the cake, by the rock on the cot day, hop in the safe, boss away, side the sake, how the days, how the base, why the baits, how the safe, by the base, not the take, how the case, how the lake, boss in the bar, why the sock, how the die, boss in the side, by the waist, how the base, how the bait, how the lace, how the cake, how the bake, how the bake, by the shit, ride the shit, how the kid, by the bitch, now the shit, how the shit, by the rich, not on the shop, on the bot, on the dock, how the Ross, on the bot, on the rock, on the cot, on the stop, by the rock, on the cot, not on the shop, on the rock, on the cot, on date, on the bond date, bond on the run day, con on the con, bitch and sign on the Sunday, not on the con, bond and ride on the bond on the stop, on the lock, on the con. Caught a bitch, how the wits, how the kid, by the rich, how the dick, how the sit, how the bitch, how the bitch, how the shit, which side of shit, caught a rich side of shit, down a bitch, not in shit, sip down a bitch, not in rich, on a big con, kiss on a dick, down a bitch, not in shit, bond, bitch, how to shake, ride a shake, how to rake, how steak, how to base, how to bake, on a lake, watch how to bake, on the lakes, on a bake, on a waist, on a bay, how sick on a day, bond on a sick, ride sick on a bitch, hot days in the sock day, Rick on a bitch, rockin' a Rick and pop down on a tick, not stop on a bitch and shop on a bitch, hops on a kid, rock down on a bitch, not stop, ride a shop by the cot on a bitch, hop shot. Not a boss, out of ride, how the boss on top, by the side, by the cock, out of boss, out of boss on knob, by the rock, on the cock, down, how the side, by the rock, out of boss, out of lie, how the boss, not the side, how the ride, how the bar, down the wash, how the hop, by the walk, how the car, ride the block, how the car, dot, out the side, by the ride, out the car, caught on the boss, on the bar, on the down, bar, on the not a hop down on the bar, side on the shop, bar, ride on the car, down, wide on who the bow, who the show, who the know, who the soul, who the bow, who the roll. Cool than a suit, the show, dude and bow, Sue roll in a suit, cold, cool and blow. Who's in the blow, hopping dudes in the soul, 9 suits in a row, copping cools in a boat. Who's in a robe, sock dudes in a boat, 9 shoes in a soak, hot booze in a rock suits, highs in a dot booze, nines in a cop blues, and size in a dot bruise, dies in a bob blues, highs in a side rules, caught in a cool ride, dudes in a suit, die, boot in a new side and rude in the shoes, hopping boot in the shoes, copping rude in the dudes, blue shoes in the cool roofs, who's in the blue side dudes and cool blue, who's in new. Who's side of blue, side of roof, side of chook, out of coop, out of boo, ride of blue, side of shoe, out of cool, ride of blue, hide of boot, out of new, white suit, out of blue, cow root, out of blue, side of sign of Bahu, ride in the Kahu, nod in the side dude, and body in the side who, ride in the Baku, the cot in the cob cool, and body in the Basu, the nod in the hot boot, and body in the boot, and die who's in the suit, and not who's in the booty, rock who's in the cootie, not who's in the suit, and ride dudes in the booty, side boot.